All right, so real quick, look at the boat. 150 Merc, center console, 2072. I think it's like 8 feet wide, 21 feet long. It comes with your navigation lights, aerator, and live well. So your live well under there, and here you got storage in there, storage in there. That's where your batteries are gonna be. There's actually a pretty good amount of space in here. You can put 3 batteries in here, probably even more, probably like 6 batteries, but I got 2, a charger and some stuff in there. See, you got 3 portholes for your seat, and then 2 in the back, and some more storage here. Here's where your starting battery is. There's your pumps and all that jazz. I never cover this boat up. I got this floor on it. The rain pretty much cleans it off good enough for me. It's never really just like super clean, but it's not really meant to be clean for me. Like, this is okay. So got really long catfish sticks here, and regular sticks up here. As you can see, like if it's more than like I think 6 or 6.5 feet, it's gonna be too long for this. So like I got the edges of like the ends of these poles sitting up here, which ain't that big a deal. I put the Bimini top on there just because it's super hot sometimes. You got the Versatrack, in which you can get these from I think Monster rod holders or something like that, and as well as these. I would say just don't waste your money. Just get the whole multi-bar or whatever, because you end up, you got these, like I got these 3, but you always want more. It's just better to be able to just, instead of bending down to get your rod, it's better to just be able to grab it right here. It's got plenty of storage on the boat, kind of, for a John boat. It's got a good amount of storage. I would have liked a little bit more storage, maybe some, yeah, I don't know. It's enough, honestly. I use this as a storage pretty much. Where I fish mainly on Fort Knox, you can't fish with live bait anyway, so I don't use that for live bait. I got this Ulterra on mine. It's a 80-pound thrust or whatever. Yeah, 80-pound thrust. This thing is probably the best thing on the boat, honestly. Like, I've gone probably 3 weeks without charging it, and go out and spend almost a whole day on the water and using it the whole time, like not babying it, and it never runs out of battery. So I do have 2 batteries though. What else can I say about this boat? It's literally a tank. This is my first boat, so learning how to really captain a boat is can be challenging. I've ran into a lot of docks, just really bumped into them, and I mean, the docks with the rubber on it, you see that good on there, but that comes off. I don't think I've actually really scratched the paint to where the paint really came off of here. The only thing I have done is while beaching on concrete, I did bend this, but as you can see, it don't matter. Like, I never bent it back and it still works just fine. It's just bent a little bit that way. It comes with brakes. So one thing I didn't realize, like, I never pulled a trailer with brakes before. So when you pull away from a red light, there's a little bit of slack. So it's always that almost like a jerk a little bit. But like when you press the brakes, this goes up and it activates the brakes. Let's see. Honestly, there ain't much to this boat. You know, it's comfortable. It's just a really big, stable boat. I've only had me, my wife, and 2 kids on there. It's most people I've had on there. And like, we're not like fumbling over each other or anything. And there's no like I can sit over here and do jumping jacks on this side of the boat and it will barely move, you know. So it's not like, I remember having like 16-foot boats, 4 feet wide and stuff, where you almost got to balance walking back and forth. You don't have to do that with this boat. I do plan on doing a lot more with it. I plan on putting lights on it. This is my first year with the boat, so I don't want to do too much. Just want to get familiar with boating. But I am gonna put some lights in there. I do plan on getting fancy one day and putting like some LED lights up under there. But yeah, I think it's a 9-person capacity, 30 pounds. You know, it's not really much. I've gotten it up to like 43 miles an hour. For the longest, I was only going like 38, 39, 36 miles an hour. But then I realized if you trim up a little bit, you're actually more aerodynamic and you can go faster. So I've gotten it up to like 43, I think. I got to the point where I was traveling the same river so much, I stopped using a little range finder and like sonar or whatever. So I don't even know how fast I was going, but I do know I got up to 43 while I was using it. It's a big gas tank. Like I think I spent like $25 in gas, whatever that is. Dang, like something got to my sticker here. Sometimes worst thing that happens is like this right here, and I think that's from like birds sitting on here pecking it, or squirrels or something sitting out here pecking it. You can see that right here. But that's like the worst thing that's happened as far as aesthetics go. But you know, like, I put some of my safety stuff in here, fire extinguisher, toolbox, just whatever, what have you. Oh, I do have this other storage up under there where I put my life jackets and stuff at, which that little flat thing kind of sucks, like trying to get in and out of there with that button, but with those buttons. But I hadn't seen any. I think they make some, like another aftermarket door or something like that, but it ain't that big a deal. Let's see, whenever I was boat shopping, what did I want to know? Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would say that I don't like about this boat, well, it's a good and bad. It's so wide that it's literally wider than your truck. So when sometimes you go into these rivers and these lakes and stuff that are like way back off in the woods and stuff, some of these roads are really narrow. So it's almost like driving a dually or something where you have to really pay attention and be in the middle of the lane, especially if you got another truck with a big wide load coming. Like, it can kind of get a little sketchy. Other than that, that's the only real thing. So like, if you're concerned with that, you know, they make I think the 2060, and that wouldn't be wider than your truck, so you should be good with that. But it is much longer than I thought too. Like, I've pulled multiple boats before that were like 4 feet wide, 16 feet long, and you can pretty much drive it like you drive normally. You may turn a little wider, but on this boat, I think it's like 25 or 26 feet from the hitch all the way to the furthest point at the back of the engine. And like, you gotta like really pay attention, like, to when you trying to go get gas or something like that. Like, there ain't no like sharp turns. Like, every turn is super wide. So I would say the worst part about it is trailer in the boat, just because it's so doggone big. But once you kind of get used to that, for me, I was just hella nervous about it. I didn't like it. Like, I didn't want to get into a situation where I'm stuck. But yeah, it's all good. Let's see. And that's really about it. The only problem that I've had so far, so I've had this boat since spring. The only problem that I had is the starting battery died on me. So as you can see, there's no starting battery in here. what I did after that, I got a new battery. It was under warranty, so cool. But I stopped leaving it out here because sometimes I go 3 weeks without fishing, and obviously I'm at a lot, so it's not at my house to where I can start it every now and then. So I take the battery home with me after I get done fishing, and I put it on a charger, so it's just maintaining at home. And then when I come out to fish, I just grab the battery, and you just hand tighten it on there. So what else? They say eventually these bunks and the ones under kind of rot because they're carpet or whatever. I gotta tighten that up. Glad I looked at that. Anyway, and they make these like composite wood ones. They say those are better and they slide easier. But right now they're good. Let's see. That's really about it. If you got any questions, this boat, it ain't cheap. I mean, shit, I can't remember how much it is exactly, but it's somewhere around like $40,000. So just know that, you know, boats, especially boats this size, they're just not cheap no more. Like, I think you could have got this boat maybe within 10 years ago, somewhere around 25, 26,000. Now, just everything is just so much more expensive. I think you can get this boat for like 35, 36,000 as it is without the trolling motor and the rangefinder and stuff like that I had added on it. But that trolling motor is pretty expensive too. That's the one with the remote. So like, I don't know if you've seen a commercial where you can back the boat up off your trailer, hit a remote, and you could drive the boat from a remote. That's the one. And it's self-deployable, so you press a button and it deploys. But all in all, no complaints. I don't plan on selling this boat. This boat isn't all about fishing for me. This boat, I have two sons. They're 2 and 3 years old, and this boat is about having fun with my kids. So I plan on pulling them on a tube, kneeboarding and all that stuff. One of the reasons I went with the 150, so that I can have my family, their friends, whoever, on a boat, and we can pull them, and everything be easy. So it's not all about fishing. If it was all about fishing, I would get the, what they call those power pole, not power pole, well, kind of like power poles, whatever that's back here, the shallow water anchors. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did bump into a dock pretty hard on that one. But anyway, yeah, if you want a boat that you can have fun with, and it's like, as long as you're not doing nothing crazy, you know, Tracker ain't like the best brand out there, but it's held up pretty good for me so far. And all I do is just like regular, like I've ran into some stumps, I've ran into some stuff, and you would think like, man, I hope there ain't no hole in this boat, but like you go look and there ain't even a dent. So like it's a good boat. So any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'll try to get back with you.